Well, good afternoon. I hope it is beautiful where you're located because it's not so much here. It's a bit iffy. The weather is wanting to brew up a storm, and so that's why we're in the sunroom today, because I didn't want to get started on a project and a storm come through and we have to move, but we're going to make this and then we'll go outside if the storm is not too bad. We'll see. This little project I'm making is going to be placed on the high top table we have on the lanai. I don't know if you have seen the high top table on the lanai, but if you've watched that 4th of July video I made last year, I did a tablescape on it, and I'll put that video at the end of this because if you're into that kind of thing, you might enjoy it. So let's get started, but before we do, I wanted to tell you what I'm wearing because I know that a few of you might be interested. This outfit is from Boston Proper. It's not current. It's the wide leg pant with high waist, and the jacket has just about everything thrown on it. You not only have the lace, you have fringe on the sleeve, you have pom-poms hanging from the collar, and they're covered buttons, and it comes with a cami, which is wonderful. You don't have to go out hunting for the perfect cami for this. I am wearing, and I'm going to sit down because I'm going to be sitting anyway. I'm wearing the Valentino rock stud sandals. You've seen those in the past. They are not current, but I have had these a while, but these are still available, and I'll find those for you too. So let's enjoy this afternoon inside in the sunroom making this cute arrangement. Well, I wouldn't say it's cute. It's a little bit dramatic if you like tropical arrangement, but let's just go with it. I have a few things that I'm going to show you, and then when we're finished, we'll take it outside and see if it works on this table. Sorry about that, I had to go and clip on my microphone so I would be hands-free. And like I was saying, this is a very tropical look because it's turning really warm and the bird of paradise are blooming. We're going to use bird of paradise, but these are silk bird of paradise. I don't have the bird of paradise blooming in my yard. Some of our neighbors do, but I'm certainly not going to ask them if I can have their bird of paradise because one of those shrubs only blooms a few blooms at a time. And so they are very precious to get. So I'm going with the silk. And then we have palm fronds, and I have my own palm fronds that I use, but I don't have this particular type of palm, and I like that fan look. And I think the reason I'm in this tropical era is because I've been watching White Lotus, which is this season, which is season 3, is not my favorite. However, it is filmed in Thailand, in Koh Samui, and I have been to that exact location, so I had to see. It was just drawing me in. And the first part of the season is a little bit slow, so if you haven't watched it yet, hang in there because it gets better. And a lot of these tropical succulents and palms and bird of paradise remind me so much of that area. And if you ever get the chance to go, don't turn it down because it is beautiful. It can be very, very warm. If you're not a lover of warm weather, then be prepared, but it is worth it. It's so gorgeous. So what I am going to use to make this tropical arrangement is this platter. Now I use this platter for a charcuterie or hors d'oeuvres of some sort, but I'm going to use it as the base for this arrangement. It's a leaf, it's a palm frond, it's glass, and so it is breakable, which makes it dicey when you're using it on the lanai. You're not supposed to put all of this outside because, you know, if you're barefoot, you don't want to step on something that's broken out there, but we're all adults and we can use glass out there, so we're going to do it. And what I think I'm going to use is some, let's see what I have over here. I have this wet form, but I'm not going to make it wet. I'm just going to put it in this jar. So this jar, that's perfect. I don't need all of this, I don't think. So let's put it out of the way. I have that out of the way. Let me bring this platter up. So if you find one, and I'll try to find it for you. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the light green color. Beautiful. And then I happen to have this planter, and it has that same pale green look to it. And I'm going to use that as a base as well. So let's use these palm fronds. This is going to be, it's going to be tall. Now, we know that from the beginning. I have 2 of these. And if it's too tall, we can always shorten it. Now, if you have this type of palm in your yard, somewhere in your garden, you can use it. I don't. I have really long palm fronds that I use many times in a vase, and I just put them in the vase with water and allow the wind to blow them. Love it. On a beautiful summer night and watching those palm fronds sway, oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. Next, I'm going to use the bird of paradise, and I'm trying to arrange this so it's not perfect because I don't want everything facing in the same angle. So let's move this around. How is that? And the palm leaves are framed for the bird of paradise. I think that is good. Now let's add a grass pick. It is not a seagrass, it's more of like a oceanside grass that's, you know, seagrass is really gray looking. This is more green because I wanted that really vibrant green. Now is that, I'm gonna turn this around. There we go. Now I also have succulent picks. Now this is either sedum or pencil cactus, and I think this is the pencil cactus. So let's assume these are sedum. Maybe I should look that up. Okay, these are sedum picks. I had to look it up. There's sedum, is also known as donkey tail, and this is pencil cactus. So those are the 2 I'm using, but use whatever you find beautiful. Whatever speaks to you, use that. And all I'm doing is poking this down in that foam, and I want it to be like a waterfall over the edge. See how that water falls down? I think that's gorgeous. Let's see what it looks like from your perspective. I'm gonna move this forward because I want this to hang over the edge. Just like that. And here's that pencil cactus. And so I'm just placing that there. I'm not going to do anything else with it because this is about a 2-foot width. And I just felt it needed to be elongated. And now I'm going to use some moss. If I can get it open. And you know, if you go to your craft store, there is a variety of mosses that you can use. So choose the one that has the color you like. There's some gray moss there, pure gray moss, which to me wouldn't work with this, but depending on what you decide to use on a tropical arrangement, you can use that. But I'm going with bold green. I'm just tucking it into the empty spaces at the top of this planter. We want to make it look very lush. Because in a tropical area, everything is green and lush. Although we have been having a drought here, we have not had enough rain. So if we do get rain today, everyone is going to have a party because it is really crispy out there with the grasses needing water. We've been watering our lawn more than I'd like to. You'll notice I didn't use any hot glue on any of this. And the reason is because, say I glued something to this platter, I probably would ruin it and not be able to use the platter again. And the same for the flowers. If I were to glue the bird of paradise to the palm frond just so that I could have it in a certain direction, then I might ruin the look of the actual flower. And those bird of paradise are really pretty, and I might at some point want to use them in another bud vase or something like that, very simple, in say a powder room. Then they would have hot glue all over them, so I wouldn't want to use them. So they're so pretty, I don't want to glue them, just leave them as they are, because we're not going to leave this in the same configuration for long. But now, if you are making this and you know you're going to use it for a very long time, glue the heck out of it, because then you know it's going to stay. But I don't leave arrangements out for a long period of time. I usually change out arrangements quite often, and I like to be able to take them apart, disassemble the whole arrangement, start over, and use these for something else. So in the future, you might see something in this arrangement in another arrangement. So let's take this outside now before a storm rolls in, and we'll see how beautiful it looks in the sunlight. This turned out perfect. Now I can use this high top table as a buffet, and I have the arrangement as a background for summertime parties. How great is that? I hope you liked this, and I hope that you love this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, you know I would love for you to be a subscriber. And don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram. Bye.